The Dutch skater Kiel Naus, two-time defending gold medal winner and the world record holder. The competition is going on now. Women's figure skating, the U.S. began the short program with three hopeful medal winners. It's only Alyssa Liu sitting in third place with a chance as they go to the free skate. The last three, U.S. versus Canada women's hockey gold medal games, and the last two in the World Championships, all decided by one goal. The U.S. had a 5-0 rout of Canada last week. Figures to be closer in the game coming up. They're playing for the bronze medal now. Sweden and Switzerland are in overtime, tied at 1. With this Winter Games update, John Stashauer, Westwood One Sports.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
The smartest way to spend your money is not to. Straight Talk offers free 5G phones for new and existing customers on Verizon's 5G network. So the refund money I don't spend on that free phone is the refund money I get to keep for my family. Smart.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Not all good news comes with a catch. Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. No strings, no gimmicks. Just dependable protection at a more affordable price. See? No catch. So if you're looking to up your savings, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251 CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by International Diamond Center, Domino's, Atlantic Roofing, Meldon Law, Los Linderos Tequila, Comfort Temp, Campus USA Credit Union, Pomodoro Cafe, Titan MRI and Imaging, Silverback Concrete, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Crystal Air, Miapa Latin Cafe, Radware, Fairlife Milk, Gator Trim Lights, Quality Plumbing, Doreen Wiebe Realtor Caldwell Banker, and the Head Beer Coach.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
It is time to eat some lunch and talk some sports. Welcome into a Thursday edition of Sports Scene as you listen on WRUF. Charlie's producing today, except I can't see Charlie. I can't see a damn thing because I got these glasses on. But you know what? It's for a good cause because today is Gator Giving Day. And I can't even read you the promo for Gator Giving Day because I can't see it. But it is Gator Giving Day. I'm just kidding. I will tell you it's a really good thing and a chance for you to give to your favorite radio station, which is, of course, here, to our College of Journalism and Communications. And we hope that all Gators will stand up and holler today and maybe wear these sunglasses and do your thing. So I hope that's going to take place. We come to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio. Now I can take these off because I have to see. But we appreciate Gator Trim Light, all of our sponsors. And remember, whether it's a full landscape install, whatever you have, they can make it happen. They can even light your entire place in orange and blue. You can go to their website, GatorTrimLight.com, to find out a whole lot more. And we are fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, the place to go for the best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Go see him today. You know what you have to do. When you go see him, make sure and tell him Sports Scene sent you. But again, Gator Giving Day today is today. You can go to givingday.ufl.edu. All right? Now, we got a lot of guests today. We got a really guest-heavy day today. We're going to start with high school basketball. Eastside's boys coach Pop Williams joining us here now, winning a playoff game last week and staying alive for another game this week. Pop, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, Steve, and thanks for having me.
For those who don't know, tell us about who you beat, what happened, and how you got successfully and how you won the game.
We played Eustis. They was a pretty good team. They had us pretty much about 16 points in the third quarter, and we was down. We scored 25 points in the fourth quarter. I think the kids seen it. The season was about to end, and then they kind of turned it to another gear. And I had won. And we came out victorious.
Wow, that's a pretty good comeback. When we talked last week, you said if we win, we'll probably get North Marion again. Guess what? You got North Marion again. Tell me about them.
Right. Good team, very well coached. We done played them 3 times already. This will be the 4th time. Each game was kind of close, kind of foul at the end. It kind of made it by 7 points or whatever. So it's going to be a great game. Just hope the kids come to play again, and it can be a different outcome.
Is it an advantage to one team or the other, Pop? Because, again, you've done this for how many years and seen about every scenario, but, you played them a lot. Is it an advantage for you, for them, or does it really matter?
Well, it's an advantage. You playing at home and in front of your crowd, and, for the team coming to visit, it's kind of tough playing on the road, and especially with a bunch of young kids. I was very surprised, last week that, we put together a good game plan in the fourth quarter, and the young kids came back. They stood up to the challenge, and hopefully, they can keep that up, this some games. So, playing at their place at home for the third time, the district championship, and then the regular season game, then this game, just hopefully that the kids can feel right at home and then go in and just do what they need to do.
When you won last week, what went right for you? The comeback, of course, but what went right? What fueled that?
We shot the ball well in the fourth quarter. We went to the basket a lot. I think the kids really, seen, that loss, but then they kind of really picked it up. And I think we defended real well in the fourth quarter too. So all that we done, it kind of, helps it get over the hump for that victory.
Do you think you're playing your best basketball now?
Yeah. For being young, I really do, Steve. I really think, we playing really well right now.
You mentioned about a young team. Sometimes, and again, you've had all kinds of different situations in all your years of coaching, but sometimes young teams, it takes a little while for them to gel and get together. Has it been sort of the case with this group?
Yes. Even in school, they all hang around each other. They do a lot of things together. You will be amazing just to see them, walking in school at lunch together, and to be so young. Even the 3 seniors that we got, they all just fit together like they're a big family. So it really pays off in this time of the season.
Have the seniors been sort of leaders here? Have they helped this process out for you?
Well, yes, the point guard, Coop, we call him Coop, Brian Hayes, he's the point guard. He's a senior, and he really carries the young guys. And then we got a junior he's a great leader, too, for the younger guys, too. So those 2 guys really keeps the kids together, keep them flowing, and they stays on them in practice.
Well, Papa, wish you a lot of luck again. Eastside going to take on North Marion again, and hopefully they will advance further in the state playoffs. Always appreciate your time, Pop. Thanks for doing it.
Okay, thanks for having me again, Steve.
You got it, Coach. Yep. Pop Williams, been at Eastside a long time, done a great job there too. I want to talk, again, big guest day today, so I'll take as many calls as we can fit in here. How about Alabama-Arkansas last night? What a game. What a game. It seems like Alabama could be in anybody but Florida. Alabama's capable, right? But it seems like, sometimes you just don't match up, right? I get the sense that mentally and, physically too, Alabama just doesn't match up well with Florida. But, they were dead at home last night, and give them credit for coming back to win. And you know who quietly is playing really good basketball? Missouri, a team that beat Florida, right? They beat Vandy last night. That was a 1-point game, a tremendous game last night, 81-80, and now both Missouri and Vandy are 8-5 in the league, and now Arkansas falls to 9-4. So if you're talking SEC championship here, that certainly helped the Gator cause, no doubt about it. And how about last night, Mississippi State? Did you see what Hubbard did last night? Wow. What a game for him. He went off last night. This is just a fun league. And, you know, if you look last night, Arizona won. UConn got beat. Creighton beat them. And Creighton is only, I think, 7-7 in the Big East or whatever they are. And UConn lost at home last night. Kansas won, but again, their star player begged out. Virginia got a big one over Georgia Tech. St. John's won. So, again, you know, it's DeBonsa last night, 36 for BYU in a losing cause against Zona. All right, let's get to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line, 392-8255. Don't forget, 3 locations in Gainesville, 1 in Lake City to serve you better, and same-day scheduling is available. For the best MRI and affordable prices, go see them. You want more info, TitanMRI.com. Byron, hello.
Steve, thank you for taking my call. Good afternoon, and go Gators as always. Steve, shout out to the Rams and Pop, man. Pop is a little behind me, but, man, he's been out there forever. And good job, Pop, what you're doing. Shout out to my alumni. And one time for Santa Fe Saints, Steve. I went there before when it was a CC. So shout out to them. And also the UF. I took a few classes there through ROTC. And, Steve, real quick, I heard the NBA guys talking about tanking. We said that the other day, but I didn't know if that was the right word. I think some people are trying to rest and cheat the fans out of their ticket prices to get ready for the draft. But the NFL does that too. And lastly,
whoa! What do you mean the NFL does that? They don't do that. They can't afford to do that. They can't afford to do that. Look how many games the NFL plays versus how many games the NBA plays. If you sit a player out for a game in the NFL and you lose because you do that, you might miss the playoffs. So, no, the NFL doesn't tank.
Well, Steve, let me say this here. I'm a Jacksonville Jags fan, and one of the best things we did, I think we had a chance to maybe get Trevor Lawrence or not. So I don't know if we were talking about that on their stations, but it was sure a lot of hopefully we lose. And lastly, Steve, on the new Blue Bloods, I think, Steve, you remember Stephen, the guy who played with Golden State, Davison? I would say something like those teams, Pepperdine. How about Houston? I don't remember them being in there. Florida, definitely. But, yeah, I wonder who are the new bloods and the blue bloods. Thank you, Steve, and go Gators.
All right. Yeah, we talked yesterday about this. Is Gonzaga a new blood, but they haven't won a title, right? And, again, I don't consider Indiana a blue blood anymore. I mean, the last time they won a title, Nixon was president or whatever, Gerald Ford, whoever it was. And UCLA, my God, right? John Wooden, R.I.P., terrific, but are they a blue blood anymore? We talked about that yesterday. When Mark Cuban said that tanking was good for the NBA, I had a hard time with that. His point, I think, is, and I think Byron was trying to say this, is that if you tank and then you get a good draft choice, then in the long run, your franchise and your team is going to be better. Okay. What he's not taking into consideration is, remember, Mark Cuban has more money than God. Okay? So if you're a family and you're going to the one NBA game you can go to, and, star player X decides, I'm going to rest tonight, I'm going to not play. I'm not saying that, and his point is that, hey, you still have a great fan experience coming to watch your team play. Yes, I don't dispute that, but come on. Are you not, if you're a Dallas fan, you're going to watch Cooper Flagg? And if not, is it the same experience? I don't think that it is. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Much more to come on Sports Scene as you listen on WRUF.
WRUF Sports Center.
I'm Kara Rowley. Florida baseball dominated last night against Stetson in the 9-3 win. Here's Jeff Cardozo's call on Learfield of Blake Sears' third homer of the season.
Blake Sears steps into the box. First pitch to him is hit hard down the right field line. Russell trying to run it down, but he's going to run out of room, and this ball is over the wall. Sear goes oppo for his 3rd home run of the year, and he jumped all over that first pitch to give the Gators another run. It's now 8-3.
Tomorrow night, catch Gator Baseball versus Kennesaw State at 6:25 right here on WRUF. The clock is winding down for Gator women's basketball. The Gators only have 4 games left in the regular season, and one of them will be tonight at Mississippi State. You can tune into the game here on WRUF. Tip is at 7:30. And after a week off of Gator gymnastics, it's back tomorrow night. Number 4 Florida will be in Athens to face the number 6 Bulldogs. The meet starts at 7.
Hey folks, it's Steve Russell for my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. They've been in business for over 45 years. That in itself says a whole lot. Take a look around you when you drive. Take a look at the car in front of you, alongside of you. There's a really good chance it'll have a Southeast Car Agency tag, just like my vehicle does, and many vehicles before that have as well. When you go see them in person, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you to the good people at Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Gator Nation, ready to light it up? Gator Trim Light has already brightened homes and businesses across North Florida, and now they're bringing the heat with full color landscape lighting. Light up your palm trees, bushes, pools, patios, barbecue decks, everything in orange and blue. Whether it's a back porch retrofit or a full custom landscape install, Gator Trim Light makes your home game day ready. Turn your patio into the ultimate victory zone and cheer your Gators on to a big win. Visit GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. Gator Trim Light. Let there be Gator Light.
In the mood for a delicious Asian fusion cuisine for lunch? Then head to P.F. Chang's in Gainesville. They have lunch specials starting at just $11.99. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Wednesdays are girls' night with half-price wine and champagne bottles. And any day, anytime, sip house and lucky cocktails for $8.99. Celebrate every meal at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch, drinks, and fun.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their gamberi salento, shrimp, fresh tomatoes, and zucchini sauteed in garlic and oil with penne pasta and Romano cheese.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at PomodoroCafe.com.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
Nope, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Craving real Cuban flavor? Come to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings you home. From our juicy roast chicken with yellow rice and black beans, our breakfast options to sweet plantains, empanadas, and our iconic Cuban cafecito, we've got what your taste buds are waiting for. And with 6 locations, there's sure to be one near you serving up warm hospitality and authentic breakfast, lunch, or dinner vibes whenever hunger strikes. So head over to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami. Visit miapalatincafe.com or stop by your nearest location today.
Gator Baseball returns this February to WRUF.
Gator Baseball indeed is back. And speaking of Gator Baseball here, we're going to bring in the guy who was the starting pitcher Tuesday night in DeLand when Florida beat Stetson, of course, last night here at home. The Gators beating Stetson as well. Billy Barlow joins us now. Billy, man, thanks for doing this. Welcome.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me.
Assess your start the other night. You know, a couple of runs early, but then you really settled in. Assess your start.
Yeah, man, that first inning, I was leaving the ball up a little bit. They were putting some good swings on the ball, and they manufactured a couple runs and ended up getting out the inning. And that's the game of baseball, man. You just got to put the past behind you, keep going forward, and just kept trying to execute, and it all ended up working out.
For those who maybe don't know, Billy, when you transferred here, why did you choose Florida?
There was a couple different reasons, but the main one was Kevin O'Sullivan. His past doesn't lie. He's a winner. He's a champion. he has what it takes to get his teams to Omaha, and that's what I wanted to do. And he's the type of coach that's going to tell you how it is, and that's the kind of coach I wanted. And that's the main reason why I chose Florida.
You know, some pitchers, you know this, are weekend guys. Some guys can start. They can middle relieve. They can even close. You know, McNeely comes to mind with that. Do you have a preference as to what you do, or just, hey, go out there and help the team?
I'm the type of guy that's going to go out there and help the team. You know, I mean, all my life I've done a little bit of everything. So it's honestly whatever the team needs, that's what I'm going to do. I'm a team guy, and that's what I want to do.
We've already seen a lot of arms, Billy, from this Gator pitching staff. You see him every day, and fans are just getting a chance to see him now during the regular year. For baseball fans who are listening, your thoughts on what this pitching staff can accomplish?
This pitching staff can accomplish a lot. We have a true solid pitching staff. I mean, we got some young guys, we got some older guys, and we're not afraid to compete in the zone and throw strikes. And as long as we do that, there's no telling what we can do.
I'm going to go back to Billy Barlow as a kid. Did you always pitch?
No, I used to hit back in the day. Back in the when I was a kid, I could swing it pretty good. But as I got older, I noticed that pitching was more of my thing, and that's kind of what I stuck with.
When did you kind of know you were pretty good pitching?
I'd probably say around my freshman year, I started getting some interest into some colleges, and I guess then I kind of realized, dang, I can actually pursue this and go do it. So I started working even harder, and I'm glad that's what I did.
Believe it or not, I have an email here from a baseball fan, and he wanted me to ask you this question. He said, could you please ask Billy what goes into preparation for a start? Do you watch tape? Can you ask him about the preparation for a start? So I'm asking for him.
Preparation for a start, you know, we have video. We study the hitters, who we're facing. We have scouting report. We go over weaknesses, their strengths, and also as a pitcher, you got to know your weaknesses. How are they going to beat you, and what are they going to try to do to beat you? So obviously we do all that, and then throughout the week, you know, you get your bullpen in, you get your throwing in, and you know, baseball is mostly a mental game. So just mentally preparing throughout the week to go out there and execute the plan. That's the main thing.
Gator pitcher Billy Barlow joining us here on Sports Scene. Gators have Kennesaw State coming in this weekend for a 3-game series. Billy, does it matter? I mean, I guess most pitchers want to start, but sometimes you have to have dual roles. You can maybe be a midweek starter, come out of the pen, you know, on a weekend. Does the role really matter, or just a matter of just getting out there and pitching?
I think the main thing is where we want to be at the end of the year, and whether I'm starting, whether I'm coming out the pen, if we're in Omaha at the end of the year, winning the national championship, that's all that matters.
Last thing, how have you evolved as a pitcher, you know, from when you started your college career to now? You know, you've transferred, there's a couple of journeys here. How have you evolved as a pitcher doing what you do?
I think the main thing is that I've grown up a lot. You know, as you play this game, you know, you realize that it can chew you up and spit you out, and baseball is a game of failure. And I think just growing and learning that sometimes failure is good, sometimes failure helps you in the future. I think that's the main thing, and I think just growing up and learning that failure can be good and failure can be bad. Just knowing that the game is failure.
Last thing, locker room. You know, you don't have to have a great locker room necessarily to be a good team, but the vibe in the locker room, how is it for you and the vibe for the guys?
Oh, it's awesome, man. This is one of the closest teams I've ever played with, and I love every single guy. We have a blast in the locker room. You know, we're always doing something, man. These are my boys, and it's been a good time.
It's great to have you here, Billy. Thank you for taking the time, and we'll see you here on some trips and during the year. But appreciate you being here, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it, Billy. Billy Barlow, one of the Gator pitchers here, back for another year after transferring in. Appreciate his time. Good dude. And he had a good start. And again, as a pitcher, you know, sometimes you can come out and you don't have your great stuff, but the good pitchers find a way. They work through it. They find a way, and he did that the other night. Don't forget, if you have Facebook Live questions, they come to you courtesy of Ruse-Ogre State Farm, your go-to agent in Gainesville, North Central Florida for car, home, casualty, and life insurance. YouTube questions, Charlie gets them to me courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, founded on the UF campus, serving our community for 90 years. And we have a clip of the day we always bring you. You can check it out on WRUF Facebook and YouTube at WRUF Home of the Gators, brought to you by our friends at Fairlife Milk. We have an email here, of course, srussell@WRUF.com, sponsored by International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators, carrying an assortment of designer engagement rings, wedding bands, watches, and fine jewelry. Larry emails and says, my other alma mater, IU, is now a football blue blood. So there. Go softball Gators. Yeah, I guess in the sense of immediate. I guess it also depends on the definition of blue blood, right? To me, blue blood is longevity. Indiana ain't that. But are they good right now? You bet they are. Dustin, I thought Cuban was mentioning ticket prices. I don't know what it is for an NBA game tonight. I think tanking's horrible and wish it would stop or slow down some. Yeah, read what he said, because I think he was trying to say that if you do tank and you get better, then it helps your franchise, fans like that more, et cetera. I'm just saying that if, a 10-year-old kid who idolizes LeBron James, I'm using him as an example, now, the other thing I get all the time is, what if they're hurt? Okay, but they're hurt. And look, Major League Baseball players take days off, and nobody talks about tanking, but they play 162 games. So, we could talk about that forever. But I just wish there was another way that you could sort of fix it a little bit. All right. We will have a lot of high school basketball coaches coming your way today. Gators softball player Madison Walker is going to join us today, if everything goes right. And then tomorrow, Gary Trent with the Ole Miss Basketball Network will preview Ole Miss, as that's Florida's next opponent coming up this weekend. And we'll have one more high school coach talking about their matchup in the state playoffs. So a lot is going to happen here. We'll take a break, come back as you listen. And don't forget, all of our guests on the show come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971, the only injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators. And big shout out to Quality Plumbing for sponsoring Hour 1. When you need a quality plumber, trust the same company that Gainesville's trusted since way back in 1984, Quality Plumbing. Back with more Sports Scene. Stay with us as you listen on WRUF.
This is former Gator quarterback Shane Matthews, and you're listening to the home of Gator Sports, WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
It's no fun being injured. The last thing you want to deal with is long wait times or high costs. Well, guess what? You don't have to, thanks to Titan MRI and Imaging. The experience at Titan MRI and Imaging is much more personal than the sterile atmosphere of a hospital. Joe and his team are personally involved and will guide you through the entire process at any of their 3 convenient locations. And they accept insurance. So if you need a scan, save time and money, and call Titan MRI and Imaging. Learn more at TitanMRI.com.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America?
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center in Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Need a new AC and wondering who to call? I'm Kirk Smith, owner of Crystal Air and Water. Our team of professionals are strongly committed to responsiveness, problem resolution, customer satisfaction, and service excellence. We promise to meet the heating and cooling needs of your home with the most effective and energy-efficient products available. Maybe that's why we're the most liked AC company on Facebook. Follow us today. Crystal Air and Water, online at acpenguin.com.
License number CMC 1249384.
Yes, I'm calling Crystal Air and Water. Call Crystal.
If you're looking for premium, high-quality food served in an unforgettable atmosphere, you're going to love brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill.
This is Coach Steve Spurrier, and I want to let you know that Spurrier's Gridiron Grill's delicious brunch is now served in a premium buffet.
Complete with build-your-own omelet station, served every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reservations are encouraged, and walk-ins are always welcome.
Plus, you can enjoy bottomless, mimosas, and Bloody Marys. So join us every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3 for the best brunch in town.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parrish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
Summit Mosquito Dunks kill mosquito larvae in ponds, bird baths, rain barrels, and more. Just drop a dunk in any area of standing water and get up to 30 days of control. For larger areas of standing water, use mosquito bits. Both are EPA approved, non-toxic to people, pets, and wildlife, but deadly to mosquitoes. Fight the bite with mosquito dunks and bits. Find them at your local garden or hardware store, or order online at summitresponsiblesolutions.com.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Almoverdi. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
Don't forget, when we have high school coaches on with us, and we have a lot of them today and tomorrow, they are brought to you by Gator Domino's, proud to support our local high schools. There's a Domino's store in your neighborhood. Call or click www.domino's.com today. Well, both Newberry's boys and girls basketball teams are still alive in the state playoffs, and Newberry's coach, Patrick Green, now joins you to talk about his boys team. Patrick, congratulations on getting the win last time out. What was the key to that?
Hey, Steve, man, thanks for having me on.
Sure.
I think the key, man, was just really focusing in on their best player. You know, we kind of did something a little different and mixed it up and did a little bit more face guarding than we normally do. And I thought the two keys that we put on their top player did a really good job for us.
How much, it seems like you've got a group that, look, everything changes game to game. You know that. Different teams, you may zone more, you may play man more, whatever it is. You got a pretty smart basketball team, IQ-wise?
Absolutely. It's exactly as you said it. We usually focus on principles so that we can just kind of mix it up from game to game. As you said, sometimes it may be zone, sometimes it may be more man-to-man, and sometimes I may be able to draw something up in a timeout, and those guys are able to execute.
Who do you have next?
Next, we have Jacksonville Episcopal, another great team, another couple of great players that they have over there, great record. So it's going to be a challenge for us.
I'm curious about, I've always wondered at the high school level and sometimes at the college level too, if there's and I'm not saying it's the case here, Patrick, but I'm going to give you a for instance. If there's a player at a school that averages 20 or averages, 19, he's a really proven scorer. I guess it changes depending on the other people around you, but do you try to limit him? Do you kind of say, well, he's going to get his, we have to do other things? When you approach a scorer like that, what are some things you try to do?
Yeah, I think it does depend on the supporting cast, so to speak. Sometimes a kid is averaging 19 because he is by far the best player on that team, but then there's sometimes where they have a great supporting cast and you really can't allocate a lot of attention to that one kid because the other guys are good enough to hurt you as well. So it all depends on that supporting cast, if you ask me, Steve.
When you now are this deep into the playoffs, your kids are obviously playing with a lot of confidence here. Did you think that start of the year what you had, you'd be getting to this point? Were you confident your team would be pretty good?
I was confident that, you know, we could be there. I didn't know if we would actually get there, but I knew the tools were there. The potential was there. You know, it was all about putting everything together. You know, we still have a couple of guys held over from last year that knows what it takes to get here, and just trying to gel with those younger guys that came up this year. So, yeah, I wasn't shocked, but I wasn't also sure if we would make it or not.
Have you changed much as a coach in what you do, your philosophy, et cetera, as you coached along the years here?
I wouldn't say philosophy-wise I've changed a whole bunch. I have definitely evolved and kind of trying not to overcoach kids. You know, kids are going to bring different, things to you from year to year and year out. And I know every coach says it, but, I really try to work around what the kids are able to do. So in that way, I guess I have changed a little.
If you beat Jacksonville Episcopal, Patrick, what's got to go well for you?
We're going to have to definitely, I think, limit their two top scorers. We're going to have to out-rebound them and play great defense, execute at a high level, and do a better job of communicating.
Well, you've been communicating pretty good because you had a nice year. I wish you luck, and another win will get you back on, Patrick. Thank you, as always, for your time.
Thank you, Steve. I look forward to seeing you next week then.
You got it, Coach. Thank you. One of the nicer guys in the biz, Patrick Green, the Newberry boys coach. I mentioned Newberry's girls are also alive in this, and we'll try to call a little bit later if we can. We're trying to get Jessica Ross on too. But in the meantime, we'll open the phone lines for you, 392-8255. Gator Gymnastics has yet another top 10 meet. Florida's number 4. Georgia is number 6. It is incredible. The SEC is good in everything, but in gymnastics, it's crazy. It is really crazy how good teams are in our league. And it's another top 10 matchup. All right, I promised you, because Newberry, a place where I once coached for the Panthers a million years ago in baseball, both their boys and girls basketball teams are still alive. And with us is the women's basketball coach, Jessica Ross. Coach, thank you for doing this. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What's gotten you to this point, Jessica? Go over the year here. Did you think you would be this good when you started out the season?
I did not. This was my first year with the team, so I didn't have any high expectations. I just knew that, control, that's what I've been saying the whole season, control the controllable. So I know the only thing we really had control over was our defense. And so that has been working for us this whole season. So I'm just happy just to get to this point.
Has that been sort of your steadiest thing, your calling card? Has that been the most consistent thing, your defense?
Yes, I think so. And having Brandy Whitfield on the court, that also helps.
It does. Who's your next opponent? Tell me about them.
We have South Walton tomorrow. I think it'll be a pretty good matchup. Again, just going with the same theme. I think if we play solid defense like we did last Friday against Episcopal, and everybody contributed, I'm going to say all of our starters scored last week, and so that's been a struggle for us all season, getting everybody to contribute in their own ways. Because we know Brandy was going to, get her points, and Destiny Neal, she's been stepping up and having some double games for us. But I just wanted my starters to get them going. So I think we're finally clicking.
Yeah, you are clicking. I mean, you've gone a long way in the playoffs, and it's been a great thing. When you look at your team, where have you improved the most, do you think, Coach, from beginning of the year to now?
I just think getting everybody just to buy in and just to have confidence. I think that was a thing that, with females, getting them to have confidence in their game because they're so afraid to make a mistake. So I've been saying, if you make a mistake, it's okay. Shake it off. We'll get it next time. I think just buying into them and just pouring into them and just giving them the confidence just to go out there and just have a good game.
Does having Patrick's guys be successful, does that sort of motivate your ladies too?
I think it does. I think we kind of, compete with the guys a little bit because, we've been saying, all season, like, we're just as good. There was one point that we had the same record. So we were like, whatever, 0-2, and now we've lost one more than they did, but we've been saying, like, we're just as good. So let's when the boys go, we go.
How's it been for you, your first year with the program? Has it been a fun year for you?
It has. Well, I've been here. I've been at Newberry. I'm a school counselor here, so
okay.
I'm pretty familiar with the girls, but just having them in that different area, and just knowing some, knowing the background, it has helped out a lot.
Last question. I asked Patrick this too. If you are successful here in your next game, what's got to go right for you all?
I think everybody just contributing, doing their part, whether it's going hard on defense, stepping up bigger on offense. I think everybody just doing their part and being a contributor. I think we have a good shot because I was telling the girls the other day, all the teams that we have lost to, they made it to the state playoffs. That was Bradford, even though they lost in the first round. Williston is still playing. Fort White is still playing. So, we're a pretty good team also. So, we just got to compete.
All right. I wish you luck. And excuse me. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
You got it, Coach. All right, get my throat cleared up here. Let's go to our Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. Porter, hello.
Hey, Steve. I thought it was kind of humorous in you and Byron almost arguing, having different of opinion. I'm going to be the perfect politician and agree with both of you. I think tanking means one specific kind of a specific thing, but the word we keep hearing specifically with the NBA is load management. This new buzzword they use. And in the sense of load management, I think you're right. I don't think we see that in the NFL at all because, as you say, you try and save players along the way, then you miss the playoffs by a game. They don't do that. But in the tanking, I think you'd be disingenuous thinking that doesn't happen. I remember you wanted to say, well, I don't want my Jets to lose and that kind of thing, but I guarantee there's some that would, hope for the number one pick. And as Byron sort of alluded to, in the case of the Jaguars, they were certainly hoping they could get Trevor Lawrence and so forth. So, my opinion is the tanking does happen in the NFL, not to the degree that it does in the NBA, and that at least the load management end of things, we haven't seen that go on, at least officially, in the NFL. Does that make sense? And do you agree?
I see what you're saying. I just don't agree with it. I don't think there is tanking at all in the NFL, and I'll tell you why. First of all, in the NBA, you have 82 games to prove yourself. In the NFL, you don't have nearly as many. And if you tank, if an organization decides to say, okay, I'm not going to play Trevor Lawrence today. I'm going to, he has a foot injury, okay? Then, but who does that? I don't see anybody doing that. And if a player decides, I don't want to play, well, guess what? Other NFL teams notice that, and that affects the contract. So I can't think of an instance where a team with a bad record, and maybe there has been, I just don't remember, has said, I'm not going to start the starting quarterback or the starting running back. They get paid to play.
Who was wasn't there a defensive player towards the end of the NFL? I should remember, but they were talking about that, and he wanted to play, and they were saying, oh, he's injured, they weren't going to let him. I don't remember who it was, but maybe a caller out there, a listener, will remember it was actually kind of controversial towards the end of NFL season as to whether he was really hurt. He wanted to play, but as they say, what kind of a player doesn't? And my question, if you turn it around, if you look back at the 1800s in baseball, and that's where the most innings were pitched, and they had 800 and 900 innings pitched. Now I wonder, I know nothing about that era. I wonder if they had better load management. If they used 4 pitchers instead of 2, would they have had 15-year careers instead of 7 or 8? I don't know. I'm just but back then it was not unusual to basically have 2 starting pitchers, and your starting pitchers, the most innings thrown were 800 and something, 920 something, and that kind of thing, and it wasn't unusual. So you only know what the generation you're living in, but I wonder if we might see a little more load management weaving its way into other sports, because it's not unusual for manages to give the catcher a day off every 2 weeks. Because
Right.
of the grind.
Baseball does
You know,
that. Yeah, baseball
does
but they
that,
have
exactly.
162
So
games.
I understand. I'm just wondering,
All right.
do you think we might see more of that with
All right.
baseball?
Thank you,
basketball
Porter.
next?
All right, thank you for your call. We'll take a break. Madison Walker, Gator softball player, hopefully joining us next as you listen to Sports Scene coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
WRUF Sports Center.
I'm Mason Unzueta. Gators baseball completed a midweek sweep of the Stetson Hatters following Wednesday night's 9-3 win. Graduate student Cole Stanford hit his first ever solo home run. Here's Jeff Cardozo with the call on Learfield.
Stanford drove in 56 guys a year ago, and he might drive in one here. Deep out to left center field. Robinson's going to try to run it down, but he's going to run out of room as well. This ball's over the wall in the first career Gator homer for Cole Stanford.
Florida faces the Kennesaw State Owls Friday. Tune into WRUF starting at 6:25 p.m. Florida women's basketball is set for face-off tonight with the Mississippi State Bulldogs in Starkville. The Gators sit at 15-12 and are currently 13th in the SEC. Coverage begins here on WRUF starting at 7:10 p.m. Gator Gymnastics is set for another top 10 collision. The 4th-ranked Gators are headed to Athens as they take on the 6th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. The meet begins Friday at 7 p.m. on SEC Network.
When the late, great Charlie Daniels would need a place for jewelry he could trust, he turned to International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels, and I live in Tennessee, but when I get ready to do something serious about jewelry or a gift for my wife or somebody, I always get in touch with the folks at International Gold and Diamond Exchange here in Gainesville. There's a lot of reasons for that. One reason is they sell nothing but the best.
Find out what Charlie was talking about for yourself at International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange at 3440 West University Avenue and online at igdwex.com.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF Bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators! After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
At Comfort Temp Heating and Air, we're proud to celebrate 40 years as your #1 local HVAC company. We offer energy-efficient solutions featuring quality products from Lennox. Whether it's new installation, system repairs, or routine maintenance, we promise to never sell you anything you don't need. Our professional and experienced technicians provide reliable service you can trust and will keep you informed throughout the entire process. At Comfort Temp, comfort is our business. Peace of mind is our promise.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Steve Russell will tell you Hard Rock Bet's your home for betting hockey, figure skating, bobsledding. If it's happening in Milan, you can bet on it on Hard Rock Bet in just a few taps. And Hard Rock Bet's your home for hoops action all season long between the NBA and college. Every night's a shot to build a same-game parlay and score a major bucket with Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody who has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Temperatures staying comfortably warm into the start of the evening. Partly cloudy skies for us. Then overnight areas of fog developing. Low temperatures to start off our Friday in the lower 60s. Sun and clouds for us again tomorrow. High temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. We'll have a slight chance for a late afternoon passing shower. Most spots again should stay dry. Partly cloudy overnight into Saturday morning. Lows in the lower to mid 60s. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
March Madness is coming to WRUF.
All of our guests on the show courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law won't back down. Gators softball's gotten off to a great start this year. One of the reasons, my next guest, the transfer into Florida, Madison Walker, joins us. Madison, hi, welcome. Thanks for doing this.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Believe it or not, I have an email from a listener for you. Here we go. His name is Sam. He says, can you ask her why she chose Florida and the strength and weakness in her game? How about that?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
How about that?
Yeah. No, so when I was going through my transfer process, the second time is a little bit different. You're in a much quicker time span, trying to figure out where you're going to live in about 2 months. So that was a little stressful. But you also learn what you want and, honestly, more importantly, what you don't want in a school. And so when I came on campus, it was right after the World Series. And immediately, I had just clicked with Coach Walton and the whole coaching staff. And I fell in love with Gainesville. I had never been before. So this was my first time ever being on campus. And I went to dinner actually with Jocelyn Erickson and then also Riley Holtorf, and seeing from two transfers how much they love it here and how much the coaches appreciate them and everything like that. That was definitely one of the best parts of my visit, just getting to meet them and hear their stories and how much they loved it coming in as a transfer. So I feel like that was a lot of the reasons why I chose here, but I also wanted to compete with a team who has a shot to make it in the World Series every single year. I want to win. I want to win a national championship, and Florida gives you a great chance to do that. And then as for the strengths and weaknesses, I think my strengths are definitely I'm very versatile on the field. I'm listed as a utility on our roster, which is funny because I had really only been an infielder until I came here, and then I started working a little bit of right field and practicing a little bit of second base. But that's definitely one of my strengths, but I'm also super competitive, and I love to win, and I want my team to win. And then I think just weaknesses, sometimes getting a little bit overly competitive, get too far, what can I do better? What can I do this? How can I be perfect? And so definitely learning, especially with Coach Thomas, our hitting coach, on, okay, we don't need to be perfect every single time. How are we going to get better? And that's really the main goal.
You guys have gotten off to a terrific start, and you know what Coach Walton brings to the table. I think you're hitting, 360 here to start off. Are you pleased with how you've swung the bat?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's always room for improvement. I mean, I've been happy with, especially the last weekend. I felt like my swing was getting a lot smoother, a lot better, getting some more extra base hits in there. And I'm just really happy of how I've honestly approached the pitching the past couple weekends. Especially the first weekend, I was thinking a little bit of guessing. And I think this past weekend, I really just settled into my game. And Coach Thomas and Coach Walton have been a huge part of that. But I'm also just super proud of our offense as a whole. I mean, you look at the stats on people like Jocelyn Erickson, Kenley Cahalan, Ava Brown, everyone is swinging it so well. And it's really fun to watch a lineup like this compete, because ultimately, every single player in our lineup can hit a home run. And you saw that. I mean, Townsend Thomas hit one a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely what makes us unique as an offense, just being able to, we can do the small ball from people like Townsend. Kenley dropped a bunt a couple days ago, but just being able to hit for power and get runs in has been really, really fun.
Is it fun to play in front of the crowds that come and watch you guys?
Yeah, for sure. Gator fans they're something else, I'll tell you. They are funny, I will say. Yeah, I love playing in front of them. They're always super, super engaging, which is nice. Always super excited for us, which is really fun. And just getting to play in KSP with the stands full has been really great. I mean, we practice in scrimmage, and obviously there's no one in there. So when we actually get to play and have fans and have the environment, it makes playing all that more fun.
I got a minute left, and Dustin wants to know how you chose your number.
Ooh, okay. So I was number 2 all through club ball, like literal youth sports. And then at Missouri, I was number 2. And then I wanted to be number 2 here, but a freshman that's coming in next year had already claimed it. And I was like, okay, I'll just be 24 because that's my birthday, May 24th.
Oh, okay.
And I actually love having 2 numbers now. It feels like it fits my jersey better. I don't know. It's weird, but I love it.
That is a little bit different. And then I got 30 seconds here. He wants to know how you came up. I don't know what that exactly means, but maybe growing up, playing softball, when did you start? I'll use that.
Yeah. So growing up in the Midwest, love sports, definitely came from a sports family. I played soccer and softball pretty competitively growing up, and then I just dropped soccer and stuck with softball. I got lucky with a great youth coach, and then got super competitive with my club team in high school. And yeah, it was really what I did on my weekends and weekdays pretty much every day.
It's paid off. Madison, thank you. Continued success to you and the team. Great start. More games coming up this weekend. Thank you for doing this.
Yes, thank you so much.
You got it. Madison Walker has gotten off to a terrific start, and we will have Hour 2 of Sports Scene. Stay with us on WRUF.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com, and let your brand shine.
It's a new year, kind of a new season, and Coach Steve Spurrier knows the importance of teamwork.
Any head coach that is successful, he's got to have a good staff. So team is very important, just like it is at Campus USA, and I'm proud to be part of that group.
Listen to the head ball coach and make the right play. Start your new year in a better financial place. Campus USA Credit Union. Check out campuscu.com. campuscu.com.
Looking for a roof you can trust to weather any storm? Atlantic Roofing has been covering North Central Florida for over 20 years. We're a third-generation, locally owned roofing company. From Alachua to Marion, Bradford, Levy, Gilchrist, Columbia, and beyond, we've got your home, your business, and your back. Visit AtlanticRoofing.com or call today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing, where quality rises above.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
When the unexpected happens, you need a legal team that's ready to fight for you, just like the Florida Gators. At Meldon Law, we're proud to partner with the Florida Gators to deliver winning results for those who have been injured at no fault of their own. With a strong record of success and a team that won't back down, Meldon Law is your trusted partner in tough times. Call Meldon Law at 352-373-8000 or visit us at meldonlaw.com.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2026 Winter Games. An upset in the speed skating 1,500 meters. Jordan Stolz of the U.S. went for his third gold of the Games, settled for silver, a surprise gold medal for Ning Zhanyang of China. U.S.-Canada coming up for the gold in women's hockey. U.S. won last week 5-0, but Canada gets its captain and best player, Marie-Philip Poulin, back from injury. The U.S. captain is Hillary Knight. It's her last game. Her teammate is Taylor Heisey.
Simply put, we are not here without her, and it's sad to say that this might be her last one, and we're going to hopefully do it for her as well. Obviously do it for the group, but she is an amazing captain, and she's a large reason why we're here.
Switzerland won the bronze medal game. The U.S. won and advances in women's curling. Gold medals for Spain and Switzerland in the debut of ski mountaineering. With his Winter Games update, John Stashower, Westwood One Sports.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select oil filter for just $32.99. Plus, receive 2 times O Rewards points. Limit supply. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by International Diamond Center, Domino's, Atlantic Roofing, Meldon Law, Los Linderos Tequila, Comfort Temp, Campus USA Credit Union, Pomodoro Cafe, Titan MRI and Imaging, Silverback Concrete, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Crystal Air, Miapa Latin Cafe, Radware, Fairlife Milk, Gator Trim Lights, Quality Plumbing, Doreen Wiebe Realtor Caldwell Banker, and The Head Beer Coach.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
Welcome into Hour 2 of Sports Scene for this Thursday. Charlie is our producer today. Thank you for making time out of your busy day to join us here. We come to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. We always appreciate them and all of our sponsors here. If you want to call us on the Titan MRI Imaging phone line, 392-8255. International Diamond Center email is srussell@wruf.com. If you are watching me today and you see me wearing these wonderfully cool glasses, there's a reason for that. No, I can still see. That's not the reason. It is because it's Stand Up and Holler Day, Gator Nation today. Gator Giving Day is today. Hence, this. So, a chance for you to donate to your favorite radio station, which right here. You can go to givingday.ufl.edu and get that done. Okay? So hopefully you will, and I hope you will because I can take these off now so I can actually see what I'm doing. That would be a good thing. Except for one guest we hope to have this hour, it is a totally free guest hour and plenty of time for you to call. Don't forget tonight, Gator women's basketball at Mississippi State, airtime 7:10, and Gator Talk. Todd Golden makes his final appearance on Gator Talk. You can hear that on our sister station, 103.7 The Gator. That'll be at 7 p.m. tonight. Okay? So, call us up. Talk a little sports here, 392-8255. You can email srussell@wruf.com. If you have any Facebook Live questions, they come to you courtesy of Ruzogra State Farm. YouTube questions courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union. And we have JP on YouTube. Would you be in favor of moving Liam to a different day if he struggles again, or moving Barlow to the weekend and use Liam midweek of relief? As a former pitcher, JP, I have a little leash, and especially with a guy like Liam Peterson. I don't think you can pull the trigger on him after 2 weeks. If he struggles for 4 and you're starting the SEC, maybe. But I think given his track record, all of that, I would hope he would bounce back with a good start Friday. Jim on YouTube, UConn dropped a quad 3 game to Creighton. Missouri almost blew a 21-point lead. That's without mentioning Alabama playing the game of the year and Mick Cronin losing his mind. This is one of the craziest and exciting years of college basketball in a while. Amen, Jim. It is. And that's why you enjoy the journey. Mark Wise and I say that all the time. Enjoy the journey. Look, I know there's a lot of people, and I get it, who want to fast forward to the NCAA tournament and see how Florida does, right? But you can win an SEC championship here. Those don't fall from the trees. You earn that, especially at our league. So there's so many cool things that can still happen. But yeah, great game with Bama and Arkansas last night. And Arkansas losing certainly, helps the Florida cause. Gators swimming at the SECs, I may have this backwards in this one. I think the Gator men after 3 days are number 2, and the Gator women are number 3. I believe I'm right. Somebody can correct me, but I believe I'm right. And then Gator men's tennis is now ranked number 15 in the ITA rankings, and 4 singles players and 2 doubles pairings on the team also ranked in the top 100. So pretty cool. And then I'm going to add, every once in a while I ask this. Let's try Coach again and see if he's there. When I was in college here, Fred Flintstone and I went to school together. We used to move our feet and drive to campus. Yeah, I know. Wrestling was a sport here. And Florida's pretty good in wrestling, and they dropped the sport. What sport would you add if you could add a male sport and a female sport? Okay? Just out of curiosity. Wrestling is actually making a bit of a comeback because women's college wrestling is transitioning from an NCAA emerging sport in 2020 to officially becoming the 91st NCAA championship sport. Kind of cool, right? And the first championship scheduled for winter 2026. Now, I would imagine, look, I don't know that it's a requirement that you have to, if you have a women's wrestling team, you have to have a male team. I don't know it's a requirement. But just interested to see what you would say there, for whatever that is worth. And again, I'm going to apologize, a little scratchy throat today, but we will certainly get through it. And again, as we broadcast live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, you can light your whole yard or event in orange and blue, install just about anything. Go to their website, GatorTrimLight.com, to find out more. Southeast Car Agency, fueling our show as it always does each and every day. The best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Go see him today. When you do, make sure and tell him Sports Scene sent you. Many thanks to Quality Plumbing for sponsoring the first hour of the show, and a shout out to Crystal Air and Water for sponsoring hour number 2. Owned and operated locally, and they service heat pumps, air conditioners, furnaces, much more for all of North Central Florida. They're not comfortable until you are comfortable. And remember, we love all our sponsors. If you want to be one, we'd love to have you. You can expose your business to thousands of sports fans. Contact Freddie, 352-284-3733. We would love to have you. Let's go to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. Woody, hello.
Yeah, hey, Steve. I want to ask you about the situation with Coach Self and his player, Peterson, at Kansas. I always think that when someone, during the course of a play on the football field, they go down, you can't really boo them. But when you see guys flopping, it's like, okay, they're faking. But it's hard to decide, is this guy faking or not? Everybody thinks he is. Everybody thinks his camp is telling him, hey, you ain't got to play all this hard. Don't got to play all these minutes, And I'm wondering, is Coach Self in a position where if he's pretty sure the guy was faking yesterday, I mean, plenty of people get cramps in the early part of the half and come back and finish the game. He didn't. If Coach Self is pretty sure that he's faking, is he in a position where he could just suspend him for a couple of games or just tell him to walk? You don't want to play? Behavior detrimental to the team? Anything like that? Or is this one of those can't touch it because it might affect too much of the future with recruits and such? What do you think?
Well, we don't know what's happening there. I know what it looks like, and I specifically read Coach Self's comments after the game. And they were a bit cryptic, okay? I'm quoting now. It's a concern. I thought we were past it, but obviously we're not. It's certainly a concern. It's concerning, but I do think we're making progress with it. Now, look, I don't know this kid. I wouldn't draft him highly based on this. He's missed several games because he has a hamstring problem, ankle injury, illness. That's an awful lot. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not there. It just seems kind of weird, though.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if somebody's going to get tired of it. If the fans are going to start to boo him, or the athletic director is going to either talk to the player or the coach and say, this is pretty obvious, this is a bad look or something. If they would be willing to do something about it, I don't know. I've seen him put up with some crap. And at some point, you got to stand up for yourself and your team.
Well, Bill Self, I think his coaching, legacy speaks for itself, right? What he's done. So I don't think the AD is going to get involved in this at all. I think this is a Bill Self issue who's going to go to this player and, figure out, what to do from here. He's been around the block a little bit. It isn't like you have a rookie coach there, right? He's dealt with players like this. He's had NBA players, et cetera. It just seems, though, it's kind of weird. But, not being there, I don't want to judge because I don't know, what the situation is. But it does seem a little bit odd, I'll say that.
Maybe this is one of those chances where the upperclassmen need to have a talk.
Well, that's possible, too. Sure.
Yeah, the teammates maybe need to take over this situation.
All right. Thank you, Woody. Appreciate your call. Yep. All right. Our final guest today is going to join us. We've been talking to the high school basketball coach who's still alive in the state playoffs. Buchholz's Elliot Harris now joins us. His Bobcats will be playing again after a victory a few days ago. Elliot, welcome. Thanks for doing this.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Go tell us about your last game, what went right for you. You win, obviously. What did you think of the performance and what went well?
I think our kids played really well. In a hostile environment. That was a great environment up there. They had a a wild and crazy student section, and it's just a great environment to play basketball. And our kids love to play in that. And they played really, really hard, and held us to 14 points in the first half. But second half we caught fire, and it was downhill from there, or uphill for us from there.
Elliot, I saw that, and I had to look twice. I saw 14 points. What changed half to half?
I think our kids are just nervous. The nerves, not being in the playoffs last year, first time back in the playoffs in 3 years. And I just told the kids to settle down. Milton, they do a good job of trying to speed you up. And we just needed to settle down. And once we did that, we were able to get some easy points and some easy looks from three.
Sometimes you can get a great look and they don't fall. Were you happy with your shot selection despite them not falling? Was that ever a problem?
The shot selection wasn't an issue. I think we were getting layups and we were missing bunnies.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And so we knew that those shots would fall. And we took care of the ball second half. And so I was very happy with our shot selection. And our best player, our Jacob Bramirski, he had 4 threes in the second half, and he was 4 for 8 from 3, and he had 21 on the game. But we had some solid performances from a lot of our other guys. Some great. Evan Walker had 9 rebounds. So it was an all-around great team win.
Who's next for you?
We play Ocala Forest at home this Saturday at 7 p.m. And we played them in the district semifinals, but as you know, this time of the season, win in the regular season or in the district, it doesn't matter. It's one game at a time.
For those who are listening, what does Forest bring to the table? What's the challenge they bring for you?
Man, Forest is just Coach Hoffman does a really good job with that team. They're well coached. They're very disciplined in what they do. They love to push tempo. They shoot the ball very well. And they got a really good point guard that gets them settled and into their offense. We're going to have to just be stout defensively, disciplined defensively, and make sure that we hold them to one shot and get a hand up on their shooters.
Well, Coach, it's been a pleasure to have you back. Congratulations on the win. Hopefully we'll get you back after another win, so good luck this weekend.
All right, thanks, Steve.
You got it, Elliot. Thank you. We got to get a break in. Simo hanging. I'll get you in after the break. I promise, as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency.
WRUF Sports Center.
I'm Kara Rowley. Coming off a home loss to Oklahoma last week, Gator Gymnastics is going into tomorrow's away meet with one end game: bring home a win. Florida will travel to Athens to compete against the Bulldogs. Head coach Jenny Rollins' approach to tomorrow's meet is to focus on being well-rounded in all of their events, not just improving vault.
I don't want to focus so much on one event, on vault. Again, if you make it a big deal, it's going to be a big deal. And with it being one skill, this team is fully and totally capable of executing well.
The meet starts tomorrow night at 7. The grind is not over yet for Florida women's basketball. The team continues their fight for a seed in the upcoming SEC tournament. Tonight they will battle Mississippi State on the road. Tune in here at 7:10 on WRUF. And tomorrow night, Gator Baseball will take on Kennesaw State right here in Gainesville. The first pitch will be at 6:30, and you can listen here on WRUF.
Hey, it's Steve Russell for Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. Friends, they've been in business for 45-plus years, and the Cousins family has done just one thing, but, man, they've done it right. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late-model, low-mileage vehicles. I'm driving one right now, have been for a very long time. They've treated me right. They'll do the same thing for you. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville.
Gator Nation, ready to light it up? Gator Trim Light has already brightened homes and businesses across North Florida, and now they're bringing the heat with full-color landscape lighting. Light up your palm trees, bushes, pools, patios, barbecue decks, everything in orange and blue. Whether it's a back porch retrofit or a full custom landscape install, Gator Trim Light makes your home game day ready. Turn your patio into the ultimate victory zone and cheer your Gators on to a big win. Visit GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. Gator Trim Light. Let there be Gator Light.
When the unexpected happens, you need a legal team that's ready to fight for you, just like the Florida Gators. At Meldon Law, we're proud to partner with the Florida Gators to deliver winning results for those who have been injured at no fault of their own. With a strong record of success and a team that won't back down, Meldon Law is your trusted partner in tough times. Call Meldon Law at 352-373-8000 or visit us at meldonlaw.com.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
Nope, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
It's a new year, kind of a new season, and Coach Steve Spurrier knows the importance of teamwork.
Any head coach that is successful, he's got to have a good staff. So team is very important, just like it is at Campus USA, and I'm proud to be part of that group.
Listen to the head ball coach and make the right play. Start your new year in a better financial place. Campus USA Credit Union. Check out campuscu.com. campuscu.com.
When the late, great Charlie Daniels would need a place for jewelry he could trust, he turned to International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels, and I live in Tennessee, but when I get ready to do something serious about jewelry or a gift for my wife or somebody, I always get in touch with the folks at International Gold and Diamond Exchange here in Gainesville. There's a lot of reasons for that. One reason is they sell nothing but the best.
Find out what Charlie was talking about for yourself at International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange at 3440 West University Avenue and online at igdwex.com.
This is ESPN college basketball analyst Mark Wise.
And this is Steve Russell. Join us each week for Hoop There It Is, a weekly hour-long look at Gator basketball.
The thing about Florida are these fast starts. So the first segment of play. Okay, how can you catch up after you're already down 10 against Florida because they don't allow you to go on runs?
That's Hoop There It Is right here on WRUF.
98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
We are just having too much fun today. We are, on this Gator Giving Day. Let's go to our Titan MR Imaging phone line. Simo, man, thanks for waiting. How are you?
Hey, no problem, Steve. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Hey, it sounds like we went to school about the same time, except I had Barney Rubble in my carpool. I never had Fred.
Yeah.
So anyway, hey, I wanted to help you out when you meet with Commissioner Sankey on adding sports.
Yes.
And I think on the men's side, you probably want to do volleyball.
Okay.
And this is going to sound kind of weird, but it's coming from, Gainesville source. I think the women should have a crew team.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So put that in your little formula, and we'll see what happens in the next few years.
Yeah. I mean, I've asked this, in the summertime when there's nothing going on, is one of the questions I kind of throw out there. But a lot of colleges are adding women's wrestling. It's a really fast-growing sport. And, when Gary Schneider was the coach here, for wrestling when I was here, and they were good. Matter of fact, I can't think of his name now. I can see him. For those, I'm going to really date myself here, but you may remember this. When you first came to campus here, and you were a first semester freshman, and you took the gym class, you had to take the presidential physical fitness test. And I passed it
that is true.
with the help of a wrestler. He was screaming and yelling at me because I had a hard time doing pull-ups. And he was, come on. And he's a great guy. I can't think of it. I can see him. But, a lot's changed. And I was sad because wrestling was a good program, and Gary was a great guy. So, maybe one day they'll resurrect it.
Yeah, sounds like the modern day Summerall Gauntlet for sure.
There you go.
Okay, buddy.
All right, thank you, Simo. Yes, sir. Appreciate your call. Dustin would add men's wrestling and women's field hockey. Okay, yeah, that's certainly possible. All right, I got a couple of emails here, and we will have an Olympic update for you, and then the rest of the time it'll be us. And then tomorrow on the show, one more high school basketball coach. Williston is still alive in the playoffs. Their coach, Jim Irvin, will join us. And then Gary Trent is with the Ole Miss Basketball Network. He will preview Ole Miss as they get set to take on Florida as the Gators go on the road. So it'll be kind of fun. Yesterday in softball, the Gators hit 5 home runs when they beat UNF. They're 14-0. They run-ruled the Ospreys yesterday. And Jocelyn Erickson hit 2 of the home runs yesterday. And they now hit multiple home runs in 5 straight games. Pretty good. And Ava Brown, 6th career complete game shutout. Pretty nice. So softball's off to a good start. Baseball's getting better. So, things are looking up here as far as Gator sports are concerned. Phil, a quick email here. He says, if I were Bill Self, I would sit him and not let him play until he told me he was 100% ready to go. I don't know that he hasn't said that, but I get the point. And that can be a distraction, too. We will see if it ends up being that way. Another half hour of the show left as you listen to Sports Scene here on WRUF.
It's football season, touchdowns and celebrations, and unfortunately, injuries. If you're injured, call Titan MRI and Imaging. No need to deal with long wait times and high costs to get your scans done. Titan MRI and Imaging will save you time and money. And the experience at Titan MRI and Imaging, much more personal than the sterile atmosphere of a hospital. Joe and his team are personally involved and will guide you through the entire process at any of their 3 convenient locations. So if you need a scan, call Titan MRI and Imaging. Learn more at TitanMRI.com.
The commitment from IDC to first responders is really extraordinary.
Veteran firefighter Johnny Hinton talks about International Diamond Center's ongoing support for our heroes in uniform.
IDC has helped us raise just massive amounts of money.
Johnny says in addition to corporate gifts to support charity fundraisers, IDC is there every day, helping first responders with an extra 15% discount on any purchase.
Again, thank you guys so much.
International Diamond Center at Celebration Point.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
Need a new AC and wondering who to call? I'm Kirk Smith, owner of Crystal Air and Water. Our team of professionals are strongly committed to responsiveness, problem resolution, customer satisfaction, and service excellence. We promise to meet the heating and cooling needs of your home with the most effective and energy-efficient products available. Maybe that's why we're the most liked AC company on Facebook. Follow us today. Crystal Air and Water, online at acpenguin.com.
License number CMC 1249384.
Yes, I'm calling Crystal Air and Water. Call Crystal.
Looking for a roof you can trust to weather any storm? Atlantic Roofing has been covering North Central Florida for over 20 years. We're a third-generation, locally owned roofing company. From Alachua to Marion, Bradford, Levy, Gilchrist, Columbia, and beyond, we've got your home, your business, and your back. Visit AtlanticRoofing.com or call today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing, where quality rises above.
Craving real Cuban flavor? Come to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, where every bite brings you home. From our juicy roast chicken with yellow rice and black beans, our breakfast options to sweet plantains, empanadas, and our iconic Cuban cafecito, we've got what your taste buds are waiting for. And with 6 locations, there's sure to be one near you serving up warm hospitality and authentic breakfast, lunch, or dinner vibes whenever hunger strikes. So head over to Mi Apa Latin Cafe, the best Cuban food north of Miami. Visit miapalatincafe.com or stop by your nearest location today.
The best conversations happen with Los Landeros tequila, like this recent conversation between 2 Gator legends.
Coach, you know what always impressed me? How you beat Florida State to win the 1996 national championship.
And I was really impressed with your 06, 08, and 09 Gator teams.
And the way you coached Danny to the Heisman Trophy.
A lot like what you did with Tim Tebow.
To the Swamp and the Gators, with the best beverage served at Spur's Gridiron Grill. 100% agave, Los Landeros tequila, aged in bourbon barrels.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2026 Winter Games. Just minutes away from face-off in the women's hockey gold medal game, Team USA and Canada. Here's U.S. Captain Hillary Knight closing out her 5th and final Olympics.
I think what's super special is having an opportunity to cement the legacy of this team and, what we're about. And, it just evokes so many emotions to be able to think that we have an opportunity to do that. And this is such a special group. And I'm really excited that we get to kind of share it with the world and hopefully cement that legacy together.
Knight just got engaged to U.S. speed skater Brittany Bowe. Speaking of speed skating, American Jordan Stolz settling for silver in the men's 1,500 meters. That goes along with his 2 gold medals in the 500 and 1,000 meters. He does have 1 race left. And the women's free skate is about to start. American Alyssa Liu sits in 3rd after the short program. The last time the U.S. medaled in women's singles, 2006. With this Winter Games update, Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Welcome back. Last half hour is us. Okay? So, light it up. Let's talk a little sports. 392-8255. That's the Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. International Diamond Center email, srussell@wruf.com, as Crystal Air and Water sponsors hour 2 of the show here. And don't forget, all of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Okay. Charlie, our producer, says that it's blowing up on YouTube and Facebook with the new sports added. So I got a bunch of them added here, and we'll get some comments from you here. Don't forget our Facebook comments brought to you by Ruse-Ogre State Farm. James, I think our defense is better than any team's offense in the country. Arkansas plays very little defense. Could be an advantageous matchup. Still can't look ahead past Ole Miss. Chuck on Facebook, despite its losing its luster, I'm a big Olympics person still. USA women's hockey is about to face off. Yep, as you just heard, for the gold. YouTube questions brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union. Greg, SEC regular season championship is so attainable for this team. UF only has 7 of them. Hoping this team can do it, something the Natty team from last year couldn't do. Yeah, I mean, look, if you had a choice between winning a national championship and an SEC, what would you win? I get it. But winning a conference championship still means something. Swamp Kid, you got to give credit amidst the slew of headlines to what Mississippi State's Josh Hubbard did last night. Yeah, as I said in the first hour, he went off last night. Maybe the best half of basketball by a player. Yeah. And Charlie says sports thrown out to be added. Curling? Curling? How could you add? Where would you do that? I guess pickleball, horse racing down the street. If they do that, I want to be the announcer. I've always wanted to do that. You know, they'd be the dude that, you know, down the stretch they come. It's sea biscuits and lettuce by a head and bananas by a bunch and toilet paper wiping up the rear. Right? How about that for a call? How about that? Also, chess, pawn to the rook, and men's beach volleyball. Okay, yeah. My buddy Tom says he would like to see Summer Olympic Games most popular sports, beach volleyball. Okay. Top Jimmy, hello.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. So you went to college with Fred Flintstone and you want to be a horse race announcer. Man,
I've always wanted, that's been a bucket list thing. I've always wanted to do, you know, a big time race like that. It'd be a lot of fun.
Well, in your profession, yes, it would be. I love listening to the people that call the races when I watch them. I erupted with two episodes of laughter today based on just that. Olympic hockey, the three of the four men's quarterfinal games went to OT, one involving the USA. Slovakia is looking like the team that's going to have to be beat. And the women are playing
right now
the gold medal game.
Yep.
And are they playing? Okay,
moments away. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, is Slovakia the team to beat as far as men's hockey?
I don't know. Probably, I would think, but you know, I'm not. I know zero people on Slovakia's team, but they played well. So yeah.
Right on. And then you already referenced the game in Tuscaloosa last night. When you're in the booth calling the baseball game, I'm sure you've got muted screens on watching the other action, right?
Wrong.
No?
No. And it depends where you are. In our booth, we don't. We just have a screen, a little screen that has the baseball broadcast. In other words, if Nick and Sean are doing the television broadcast and Jeff and I are doing radio, we have the television feed there in front of us for replays and things like that. But no, we don't have another. No, we look on our phone, you know, for scores and updates. But there's not another video in there. No.
One of the best freaking college basketball games I've ever watched, man. It was phenomenal. And then lastly, your opinion, please, on remind me the UCLA basketball coach.
Mick Cronin.
Thank you. His decision to send his player to the locker room. Was that coaching or is that leaning more towards officiating? And I'll listen to the rest of your comments.
Well, hold on before you go. What do you mean leaning towards more officiating? I don't understand.
Well, didn't he commit? Did they rule it a
okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Foul.
I see what you're.
Foul?
Okay. Now I understand what you're trying to say.
Okay.
Look, the officials could have ejected the player, right?
Should have, and in my opinion.
And instead, he just said, "See you later," and threw him out himself. So, you know, I don't know. I understand kind of what he did.
I actually kind of appreciate it, in all honesty. But continue.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I appreciate, you know, if you're sending a message to a player that says, I'm not going to tolerate you committing a foul like that, you know, that's one thing. But how many coaches have ever done that?
None, to my knowledge. So that's why I was asking. That's why I was broaching the subject.
Yeah. And so, maybe he's saying, look, that wasn't a class move. That was, something I'm not going to tolerate. So get your rear end to the locker room. Maybe that.
Gotcha.
Sure. And if that's the case, if that's the message you're sending, okay, I get it.
Roger. I mean, Bobby Knight threw a chair across the floor, but he never sent anybody to the locker room and said, you're not playing the rest of the game. Anyway, always a pleasure, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Hey, Tim, how are you?
Doing well, Steve. Doing well. One of the great events the NCAA holds that we are never going to be a part of is the final or the Frozen Four.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd throw my hat in the ring of hockey. Let's bring men's and women's hockey. We've had a club hockey team, I think, for a long time.
Yep.
I think they play up in Jacksonville. Plus imagine if we could start taking those kids from Boston College and Michigan and stuff like that. Hey, you want to come go to school in Florida and still play hockey? I mean, I think we could become a powerhouse pretty quick. It's a bright, it's a selling point to come to Florida.
The only thing that I don't know, I believe, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it 2024 when the UF Hockey Club won the D2 championship? I think that's right. So they were really good then. But if you make it and I don't know who they played, who else they play, any of that. But,
yeah, me either.
but depending on that, right, then who do you play? You would have to have some arrangement with Jacksonville or someplace that's your, quote, home, place. And
sure.
And then who do you play? What league do you get in? All of that. But it'd be similar to lacrosse, right? Lacrosse has been in like 26 different conferences since they started here.
Right. We've played Big East, Big 12, Big 10. We've been in everything.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want some shirts that say Gators Big 12 champions or something. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was just, I just think it's a great event. It's a really big sport. Obviously, it's not as big here, but, Tampa gets a lot of action. Florida, the Panthers get a lot of attention. So, I don't know. I know people are going more niche, but just something I thought might appeal to the masses.
No, and I'm wondering how, I don't know why I'm waxing nostalgic today about what I did, 1,000 years ago. But let me tell a quick story. When I was in high school, the school I went to is now the middle school, and they built a brand new school. The school was built in the 30s. So by the time I was there, it was pretty old.
Right.
And some of the gym equipment we had, I believe, was the first ever gym equipment manufactured by that company.
Okay.
Well, one of the things that, we were doing, we did gymnastics stuff, and I was like, come on. No, and don't yell at me about gymnastics, but just at the time, right, it wasn't what it is now. So I found some old plastic hockey sticks. And there was a goal with a net in it, and I thought, this would be kind of cool to play. So we actually, I and another guy, started that, and it caught on like crazy, and we had a league. After school, we had a league with, the plastic puck and the plastic sticks, right? And you didn't have to wear anything, obviously, right?
Right.
But along the boards were the gym bleachers, and if you wanted to check somebody into those daggum bleachers, guess what? That's what you did, man. It was, and we had people come watch us. We had a championship, and it was really fun just by some dumb luck finding those sticks and pucks. So you never.
Awesome.
My point of all that is, you never know if you did do hockey, it could really catch on.
Yeah, it could, and it's a nice indoor sport, which and the heat of Florida is also nice. So anyway, just something I'd throw out there. But I think wrestling also is also, like you said, a growing sport and a great sport. It's one of the original. It's who can run fastest, who can pin the other guy. It's one of those type of things. So
all right,
I'd be fine with either one. So anyway,
okay, thank you, Tim. Lou, he thinks we should have water skiing. Okay, I guess you go Lake Alice. Do that, couldn't you? I mean, that wouldn't be a bad, thing to do. Daryl, bull riding. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's matchup between South Carolina and Florida in the bull riding national championship. Okay. Hey, right? I'm asking. BB says, Fred Flintstone, I thought all along you and Christopher Columbus were sailing buddies. Well, that could be too. Coach Summerall and Coach Golden both directly and indirectly referred to the big money issue in college sports recently. Golden referred to the $22 million Kentucky team had. Coach Summerall mentioned in his presser, like to have had more depth at some positions, but only have so many dollars, which is true. Indirectly alluding to the Texas Techs of college football, who, like Kentucky in basketball, have the ability to throw nearly unlimited money at players. This imbalance will eventually take a bite out of competition. How and when do you think the crazy Moneyball race ends? It doesn't. I do not see where this is going to end anytime soon. There is just millions and millions and millions of dollars that people are apparently willing to donate to a program. And until, to me, and this is something I don't think college football would do, the beauty of the NFL from a fan standpoint is, with a salary cap, they want to make as many teams competitive as possible. They want as many fan bases to have their team be involved. Oh, I can make the playoff, right? Colleges don't want that. They could care less if the school down the street's competitive, right? They want to be competitive. So that's why I'm not sure college athletics will ever go to a salary cap. But if you want to make it fair and you want to make the playing field level, and then, again, it comes down to general managers and how you manage the cap, how you manipulate it, how you coach, yeah, I'd be all for that. But I don't know if, let's say, a Florida is going to be happy that Mississippi State gets the same money in football that they do. I don't know. That's another topic for another day. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow, right? Would you like to see a salary cap? Because the NFL, obviously, is the kahuna. They outdraw college almost all the time. As great as college is, them's the facts. They do. So there you are. Take a break. We'll come back. One final segment left as you listen to Sports Scene here, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
WRUF Sports Center.
I'm Kara Rowley. Gator Gymnastics is hoping to end their losing streak tomorrow night in Athens. The Gators currently have a 6-2 record and are ranked number 4 in both the SEC and the country. Head coach Jenny Rowland is confident in the team's ability to bring home a win.
Really looking forward to having that bonding time, especially on the bus a little bit, which will be fun. And just getting outside of our comfort zone and allowing this team to have a little bit of revenge for themselves out on the road, doing what they know that they're capable of.
The meet will start at 7. In a drive to climb the ranks, Florida women's basketball will face Mississippi State tonight. A win could enhance Florida's chances of landing an SEC tournament seed. You can listen to the game at 7:10 on WRUF. Tomorrow night, baseball will play Kennesaw State at home. The Gators are on a 4-game win streak and looking for 5. First pitch will be at 6:30, and you can catch it all here on WRUF.
He's got the 1966 Heisman Trophy, the 1996 National Championship Trophy, and 7 SEC trophies. Now he's got a new trophy, a can of beer. Steve Spurrier was the head ball coach. Now you can call him the head beer coach. Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager is available in 16-ounce cans at Gator games and stores all across Gainesville. You can also get it in the can or on draft at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Refreshing in all kinds of weather, Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager, a legend in a can.
Attention local and regional CDL-A drivers in the North Florida area. Pritchett Trucking is currently looking for local and regional drivers. Are you looking for a driver-friendly environment? Pritchett Trucking offers more home time, great pay, and great benefits, including health insurance and paid time off. And they also offer a quarterly performance and safety program, plus a sign-on bonus. Pritchett Trucking's regional drivers are home weekends and local drivers are home daily. If you're at least 23 years old and want a rewarding career with great pay, don't let the opportunity pass you by. Apply online at PritchettTrucking.com.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville and you'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.
When you need insurance, you'd like to get great coverage for a great rate, right? The big companies tell you they will, but how can you be sure? With Ann Tom's Insurance, you're not navigating coverage choices alone. Ann Tom's is an independent agent with 35 years of experience representing over 45 companies. Having an independent agent makes a real difference. It's that simple. Ann Tom's is local and independent, not just a phone bank. Go to atomsfl.com or call 352-275-9203.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
When you're ready to stop juggling high-interest credit cards, when you're ready for one simple payment instead of 5, when you're ready to see the finish line on your debt, Radiant Credit Union is ready too. Radiant's special low-interest personal loan can help you consolidate debt into one predictable monthly payment. With a fixed rate and term, no surprises, and fast approvals by our local lending team, you'll know exactly when you'll be debt-free. So when you're ready to take control, Radiant is ready to help. Visit radiantcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Opportunity Lender.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Temperatures staying comfortably warm into the start of the evening. Partly cloudy skies for us. Then overnight, areas of fog developing. Low temperatures to start off our Friday in the lower 60s. Sun and clouds for us again tomorrow. High temperatures in the lower to mid 80s. We'll have a slight chance for a late afternoon passing shower. Most spots again should stay dry. Partly cloudy overnight into Saturday morning. Lows in the lower to mid 60s. From the WUFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
This is Sean Kelly, voice of the Gators, and you're listening to the home of Gators basketball, right here on WRUF.
And since we're all over the place today, how in the world do you go from being in the 80s and early next week the high is going to be in the 40s? What is that? What is that? That happens like once every whatever. It's going to happen more than once in the same season. Crazy. All right, we got an International Diamond Center email here. Larry says, I listened to the radio broadcast at the park for baseball. Opening series, there was no delay, but last night it was about 8 to 10 seconds. Can you check to see what changed? I can tell you what changed. We here inadvertently left a delay button on. It should not have been on. It was. Therefore, the delay. And he said, I really enjoy you and Jeff on the baseball broadcasts. We enjoy doing them, and we thank you for consuming them. Matter of fact, Jeff and I head to Miami next weekend, so that'll be interesting. It always is when we go down there every couple of years. But that's why, Larry, and that hopefully, mistakes are made, and it just, happened that way, and that's what happened in that particular case. One final email where Eric says, how many sports could Florida add if they chose? I don't know that there's a limit. I think the limit is money, right? Because, again, when you start a sport, depending on what it is, right, equipment, scholarships, all of that. And by the way, I don't know the answer to this. I mentioned about water skiing. Does Lake Wahlberg have alligators? Lake Alice does. I don't think Wahlberg does. So that's where you would have the venue, if you did it that way, be out at Wahlberg. All right. That is going to be it for today. Again, thanks to our litany of guests who were here today. All the high school basketball coaches, their teams still alive in the playoffs. Madison Walker from Gator softball, Billy Barlow from Gator baseball. A pleasure to have all of them here. Tomorrow, we will have a Friday edition of the show, and we look forward to that. Thank you to Charlie for doing an excellent producing job, and I really mean this. I appreciate, it's been fun coming back. I really enjoy talking sports, and I hope we can do more of that here. But don't forget today, stand up and holler, Gator Nation. It's Giving Day today at UF. You can support your favorite radio station, which is this one. You can visit givingday.ufl.edu and support the home of the Gators here in the College of Journalism and Communications. And a program reminder tonight, women's basketball, 7:10. They host Mississippi State. And then Gator Talk with Todd Gold. His last time on Gator Talk, by the way, for the season. That'll be on our sister station, 103.7 The Gator. That will be at 7 p.m. Do not move, because Jeremy and the This Week in Gator Sports gang are next. I will see you tomorrow as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I'll stand my ground.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF Bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
It's lunchtime, and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their meatball sub with fries or onion rings, topped with the house sauce and lots of melted mozzarella.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Nobody does catering like P.F. Chang's. Elevate your gathering with our buffet-style catering pans. Packed with bold flavors and generous portions of your favorite dishes, we make it easy to serve and even easier to enjoy. From chopsticks to dessert, everything's ready for pickup or delivered right to your door. Choose individual meals, easy catering packages, or build your own perfect feast. P.F. Chang's Catering. Your feast perfected. Order now at pfchangs.com/catering.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few